So we'll get that loading up shortly. I think they took a decision based on the decks, just to be something different.
Yeah, and we get a different bracket too.
Yeah, we get a different bracket too.
Not that that's a big deal, but we're good. If you want to put the new names up, Matt.
I don't know who's going to be where.
Which one's going to be? Gotcha. And who's playing what first?
Yeah.
I'm sitting next to Matt, Aaron Kingery.
It's the long hair. They don't recognize you.
Yeah, I don't recognize me either.
For those who haven't seen, the MPC people got a sick foil, which is pretty damn cool.
You were not putting it in the commentators, just showing the commentator
Oh,
string.
but I got it up here. The foil.
Oh, in the background. Yeah, sure.
Pretty cool.
Good call.
You're going for the grumpy Luke look.
That's right. I'm old just like he is. I think the guy is my age. Jesus.
Luke?
Yeah.
Mark Hamill?
Yeah.
You're the same age as Mark now.
He's a couple years older than me, but
For those who know anything about baseball, I'm trying to decide if I should start
let's
Charlie
see.
Morton today against the Red Sox. He got blown up the last time he played against them. Johnny Jubos in there.
Cosplay as.
Right as I said that. I got 5 minutes to decide. But it's in Boston, Johnny.
You would.
I think you're just trying to get me to start him so he'll get blown up. Johnny's in my league, and Johnny is as you could imagine, he's a pretty good fantasy baseball player too.
You still do the weekly one?
Oh no, we got a serious.
Daily fantasy baseball?
I don't do daily.
Dude, fantasy baseball is so time consuming.
Worth every minute of it. Oh man, those are some juicy bats against Jackie Bradley Jr. Is Chu bad at anything? Yeah, he's bad at being bad. Obviously. All right, Johnny. I'm gonna start Morton.
Oh, is Johnny watching on the stream?
Yeah.
I'll tell him I said hi.
Joe Pinto says hi, Johnny. All right, I put him in the lineup.
What side do you want me to play? We haven't seen Diplo.
Oh, it's up to you. Whatever side you want.
Oh, God, he goes.
Are you the higher seed, Fred?
Yeah, he's the higher
Which
seed,
side
so
does-
What side do you want me to play?
You should always play light last.
Last? So I guess I'm going first. Alright.
Play your best side last.
I don't know if it's my best side.
Yes, it is.
Oh. Well, there you go. He does.
Brian Fred, light side? Come on. He would play two light sides if he could.
All right, so Greg Shaw, it's bottom player.
got Brian Fred playing dark versus Greg Shaw light. So should see some new decks here. We got some Diplo in this
Greg
matchup.
Shaw's
We got some
playing light
indoor.
first? Is that
Yep.
what it is? Okay.
Yep. I think Greg Shaw is playing indoor and
He is playing indoor.
Diplo, and Fred is playing. I don't even know what that jank he was just playing for dark was. It was some mains deck. You think I looked in the game? You think I would have paid attention?
Surprise,
ISB.
surprise. Fred is playing ISB.
He took my advice. He went dark first.
He was really looking for someone to tell him what to do.
Ooh, Diplo ISB.
Well, this is a new matchup.
Thank God something different. Let's see if they get if he plays Blount.
Oh, could you imagine if you play Celebration? You'd be like, this game will take 3 hours.
Yeah.
Joe, are you playing in any consolation?
No. I got eliminated in the second round. By Solution.
Oh, it was a wreck. Could you tell I was emotional? All right, so let's see here. My wife has seen me cry enough at my wedding. All right. Anyways, no difference. Yes.
No difference between the wedding and and this Hall of Fame ceremony. In the end, I think they cost Matt as much money. All his years playing Star Wars and his wedding.
Nope. My wedding cost more. Not even close. Anyways, Fred and ISB. Yeah, not really shocking. I know you were joking there, Emil, but I guess if he runs Blount, which I hope he does. I don't know if he does.
He probably does because he knows he's going to crack it.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm quite shocked by this option by Greg Shaw. And let's talk about like the legacy matchup we have here in the top 16, though. Two classic Star Wars guys have been around forever.
Anyone that's around now has pretty much been around forever.
Yeah, but do you remember like how young Greg Shaw was like when he made his first like second place at Worlds? He beat
His
Brian
first,
Twilliger
second place. Yeah.
in the top 4 that year.
Yes, he did. Apparently, we're celebrating somebody's birthday nearby.
All right, so I didn't get to see the opening hands, but it looks a lot like any of that stuff you hear in the background.
There are a lot of people in this hotel
All right, so looking at
today.
Fred's deck, if I can get a gander in while he's flipping through. Yep, looks like just a mains type version.
He's playing
Got the
Star
Alana.
Destroyers.
Yeah, interesting build. Little, huh? Is that better? Can you hear me better? Hopefully you hear me better. Yeah, Fred. It's a weird version. I didn't see much space looking through his deck. So he played a deck like this last year, I think, at the MPC. And if I remember, the big weakness was the lack of force generation. But he's playing against Diplo, so Diplo's going to give him a ton. Yep, and just typical Fred fashion, he has written on every single one of his cards.
Oh, that one looks like signature free. There's one.
Signature free. One.
That'll be our side game drink every time Brian Fred plays a card without writing on it.
As we're drinking our diet sodas here.
The Brian Fred drinking game.
So now I am totally out of, and I need the help in the forums this one a little bit. I'm in the chat room. I'm totally out of the meta and base top matchups here, but I would think ISB is a better matchup against Diplo. If I'm incorrect here, could someone let me know? But if they play Blount, I think, then it'll go in Diplo's favor.
Yeah, but Diplo can play Celebration.
Right. Celebration's a possibility, bringing this game to a complete 0 damage stall.
I was about to say, this game could never end. You could play Celebration.
Yeah, Blount is pretty standard. I would assume, I wouldn't bring a deck like this without Blount. I think he's like an auto include in any OA stuff like this. So he's going to force push here. Just go put back your Vader Monarch, man, and then go grab it later on. All right, what is he grabbing? Yeah, he's grabbing his activation. All right. I hate force pushing for the Twix. Just feels so bad. This feels like such a waste.
The starting dark side set was the Coruscant Square.
All right,
Imperial
so
Square.
I'm
Yep.
getting some insights from somebody via text here. I won't give that person away unless they want me to. But yeah, it looks like just not too many ships in the ISB.
There's a
So-
Devastator, and I'm not sure what else.
You play ISB, I think you got to play the. All right, I won't give him away, Mr. Chu, whoever they think he's texting me. His name was Johnny. I like the Steve Baroni version, where he stacks the few Star Destroyers and the Walkers. This is not what Fred is playing, and the reason I don't like it is Fred's I think is running these Imperial Trooper garrisons, and it's just so much force to do all that and get a couple of those guys down. I don't know. I didn't see any field promotions this time.
I did not see any field promotions.
Thought I saw one of the other top players playing Diplo.
Sulucci played it.
Salucci
Yeah,
was playing Diplo.
Salucci
Okay.
is also playing Diplo.
TMJ played it too.
There's an interesting for those who might be interested in the field. There's this by the Pittsburgh crew. There's this really cool ROPS First Order blaster deck that looks interesting. Like it doesn't flip; it just uses ROPS as a platform for the First Order troopers.
Reed was playing us. So
Yeah, Reed was. So grabs the Evader Monarch. Love that card. On a personal note, my personal strategy is always to draw like 24 cards and just grab that and then draw back up to 24 cards. I feel like Diplo's an interesting choice for the meta with all the ROPs going around, but yeah, maybe not. I mean, you get to move Tanev over against ROPs, and maybe your strategy is just to invade. I don't know.
can't do it turn one though.
Yep, no turn one, but
It's kind of the mirror matchup because you're both adding to total battle destiny.
oh, Diplo is a good matchup versus ROPs. Okay, good to know. All right, so normal start here. Radis. I love that card. I just love good cards that do cool stuff.
Radis is nice.
Radis is cool.
I approve of Radis.
Radis is cool.
Doesn't it pull like 5 cards?
Pulls like 3 cards, and I love the fact that you get a Premier Corlerian Corvette.
Out of the deal, yeah. Who was playing that before him? And it's not like he does anything to it.
He went and grabbed General Solo and Mon Mothma, I believe.
Played that
Yeah.
instead of another Luke. Oh, I mean a Luke.
Matt, that's your favorite card.
What's my favorite card?
Rolling card red.
Yeah, you played that instead of a Luke. Another copy of Corellian Corvette. Key decision.
So let's see what's going on next here. I would imagine he's going to grab a site. No? Okay, no sight. Unless he took it in the hand and we didn't see. Alright. It's a good card. Give all your guys power bonus and forfeit bonus. You've got a lot of guts coming here. So it looks like Shaw had a hand of Guys and a Hoojix.
That'll come in handy when he wants to spread out.
Greg Shaw going in the tank thinking. I think he's deciding, I don't know what he could be deciding. I've actually never played Diplo before, so I don't know how early you go to the ground. You know, they're not even necessary right now. But yeah, he's just moving over, drawing, getting some good activation going. Fred 4-loms into a 2-0. That's the best feeling in the world right there.
But Greg's playing guts.
Yeah.
Okay. I was never. I mean, if you guys remember me talking during the first match, like I'm just such a throne room homer. That's all I really ever play. It just Dipple gives up so much force.
But it's super consistent in getting it as well.
Super consistent. Yeah, yeah. It's a trade-offs.
You don't have to worry about getting throne room mained.
All right, so Fred's gonna just throw his 2-0s down here, and
Scene 3.
now
Yeah.
Fred, looking at his deck here,
The
it's
last
just a
featured match. had
interesting ISB.
Hunter.
I can't really tell
Lost by 2.
what the overall strategy of it is, other than it's just a bunch of guys. There is a field promotion in there. There's one at least. Yeah.
That's funny. There is a field promotion.
So this just must be a power fight ISB type deck. Which if we followed Fred Deck's list before, he's played this a bunch. I think, I'm going to be honest, I think this version of ISB has a problem with a lot of decks.
Like throne room.
I don't necessarily know how, just yeah, I mean,